easy run, man. I keep forgetting this guy's last corner leader. To think, I've been wasting that. Hey, hello, Heidi ho. Welcome back to Gallup Racer in 2003. I don't think I have anything to say. Thought I was going to, then I realized, you know what? There's really nothing important there. There's always stuff in my head, but whether or not it's actually important to say or not, that takes a lot of decision making, in the moment decision making. We're picking right up where we left off, which was lots of winning and good stuff. 2 fillies now, original fillies that'll be hitting the track in the next 2 years. Other good stuff, like it was really good. So let's pick back up from there. Electric Arrow's up in the Regal S. It's a mile. He's the favorite. Clear favorite, actually. Final Movie is probably the closest horse to us, I think, that I would worry about. And, yeah, not much of a threat or much of a worry. So let's get this done. It's a beautiful day. The horses are Oh, great. My remote fell in, like, the worst spot possible. Anyways, I'll get that later. Obviously, when I'm done recording. All right, Mr. Arrow, Mr. Arrow, Mr. Arrow. You got 8 furlongs to go here at the mile distance. He hasn't really won at a mile a lot. From what I see, I've only raced him in a mile 3 times. Or at least won 3 grade 1s at a mile. But there could be more. That's just all I see in my notes. Okay, so let's make sure he's running a little bit faster just to get around this turn here, because these are brutal in this game. I remember I had somebody argue me that like they're the same as they are in 2004. I'm like, running these turns in this game in 2004 are night and day different. They're not the same. If you get caught on the outside in this game and you didn't either get going fast enough or you didn't get the right speed or your horse just doesn't have the power, like, you will struggle. You can really get left out to dry. That's why, like, I try my best to be patient with my spurts in this game, because running on the outside, like, I do this in 2004 all the time and win. You guys see that. It's very hard to do in this game with most horses. Now, in a case like that where you get blocked, that's annoying. And now we have to do a lot of makeup work, and whoever that horse is could have gotten the jump. We're not going to get there in time, are we? That's annoying, bro. But I should have kept him closer towards the front. You see, this is the only problem with Electric Arrow. He surely is not a horse that's going to close on you and win. You know? 3rd place. Worst performance yet. Gotta be honest, I don't really want to keep that. Yeah, I don't want to keep that at all. If anything, I should have had him closer towards the front. Because then, you know, I allowed ourselves to get boxed in. Hence, yeah. Bad. Definitely redoing that. We're just going to reload the safe. Because that was not a good start. Now, this one is going to stick. If I do bad again, then I do bad again. But that's not going to happen. As a race we're supposed to win anyways. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like I was being way too passive there on the backstretch. A little uncharacteristic. I don't try to be too passive with those type of things, especially when it comes to racing. I think maybe there was a time where I did feel like that, but I think being passive in any racing format is just a matter of not really getting your feet completely wet and understanding the speed that you'll be racing or running or drive, whatever it is, you know what I mean? And maybe that's not the case. Some people start off just super aggressive. Now I think about it, so it just seems like more people that I think are passive initially when it comes to racing or things eventually learn how to rack it up. It's like, if you're always super aggressive, how do you learn how to tone it down? Because I think part of that is also a little bit of ego, and it's like, you can't tell anybody that's being super aggressive. You can tell them that they're being super aggressive, maybe overly aggressive, but they like instantly meet you with, like, you know, defense, right? So I do think it's easier for a more passive type of person to adapt to a faster speed or whatever that case is than somebody that's extremely aggressive trying to tone it down. Not saying it can't happen, it can, but I think there's more of a mental battle with the aggressiveness The passiveness can also be a mental battle for sure, but I think if you have at least a skill set to compete, you'll eventually kind of get over your passive ways for the most part. Perfect Dart has the record here. I didn't even realize that. And let's actually do this the right way. And this guy can still technically lead as well. I just don't like doing that with him. I hate having to run this wide, but I don't. This is what I mean. These turns eat you alive. You do not suffer these type of fates in 2004. I'm moving him to the inside, and he's just not moving. Like, you know what I mean? Gosh, is this game screwing me with the post position? It's actually better. It's really better off either getting a rocket of a start and getting out in front of everybody before you hit the turn, or getting a slower start. Now the rail is actually open here, which is nice. But we used a lot of stamina. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm a little bit worried. Okay, gonna get him rolling now. Hopefully he's got enough. He should. It's only a furlong and a half. What? Okay, now I do have to, okay. I said I wasn't gonna reload. And I'm keeping this in the video. I'm definitely keeping this in the video because he what? He had plenty of stamina left to go. So the previous race, we got blocked. We waited too long. We could never catch up. This race, apparently I got him going too soon, and he gassed out before he was even gassed out? What? That second race did not make sense at all. The first one made way more sense. I still didn't expect us to be that far back, but I'm almost thinking, is this race a bad idea? Well, should I scratch him? We're the favorite. We're supposed to win this race. The post position, the draw at 12 is not fun. So I'm gonna need to either get a really great start and make sure I get him clear out in front, or actually get an okay start and just move him to the rail ASAP. But I'm gonna have to do one of the two. Okay, last time. Third time's the charm, anyways. If I finish third or better, I'll be happy. But like, what is happening? That first race was weird, but again, made more sense. That second race, like, what? Now, again, I didn't feel comfortable running him that hard around the first turn. I don't want to do that routinely. And now, okay, my post position is changing. I was 12 last race. I don't remember what I was the first race. Now I'm 2. That's better. That's a lot better. Doesn't make sense, but it's better. I guess I always thought your draws were set in stone. Apparently it changes if you just reload your saves. Never knew that. Okay. Now this should be much better. See the difference having closer rail position can make on certain tracks, not all, but in this game, the difference it can actually make. You see the stamina still in the blue. We were already in the red by this point. Maybe that, gosh, that's what I mean. Maybe those first 2 turns took more out of this dude than I realized. As good as he is, apparently, I mean, he still only has like 65 stamina. You know what I mean? He still doesn't have that much to offer on that end. Now, much better run. Much better run. And I think this is how the race was supposed to go. Now, again, you see the difference that having an inside draw makes in this performance. Another ridiculous thing I would get, I would see comments about every blue moon. Like, draw doesn't matter. What? What do you mean? Draw doesn't matter. It's like, in big grade 1s, it's half the thing they talk about in grade 1 thoroughbred horse racing. Like, I can't make these up. I mean, taking the time to show you all these type of comments, I mean, that's a waste of my time and yours. Just trust what I'm saying, though. Especially some of you have seen these comments, so you know the type of comments I'm talking about. I used to get comments like that, and I'm just like, okay, people that say those things, they're definitely trolling, right? Like there's some essence of trolling involved. Like they know that's not correct, but they're saying it anyways just because. I've really had somebody. It was years ago. Gosh, it's 2023 now. This is back like 2020, 2021. I remember it clear as day, just can't remember who it is because I never remember the people's names that leave stupid comments like that. He's like, draw doesn't matter, you just gotta get better. What? Like, draw doesn't matter in horse racing? Positioning doesn't matter in horse racing? Positioning is everything in any racing. You know, positioning is everything. There is no racing without positioning being an important and essential element of the sport, of the game. There's certain things I'm just like, gotta be messing with me. Can't be like certain things just don't make sense for somebody to say if they're being serious, because it doesn't make sense. Now, this is a good race. We don't really benefit from running that, so I'm going to skip it. The Siege's Cap. Well, he has a Dirt Champ title, so that's actually a waste of time, too. I could have run him in the Spring Mile. But he's in the green. That just feels kind of rushed, so I'm going to ignore that. Don't need that. Summer Sprint. You have the Sprint already. Diamond Cup. You have the Turf. It's like nothing I want to really put him in. I mean, I guess stacking grade 1s is cool, but yeah, like, no, I don't want to run him in either of those races. I don't want to run him in the Diamond Cup. He doesn't really have the stamina for that like he used to. Do you have a Sprint Champ title? I want to keep that race open, though. I don't know if I'm, like, I want to make sure Twin Sun has opportunities to get a title if he needs it, so it's not like Electric Arrow hasn't achieved quite a bit already, but I still want to make sure, like, this 10 furlong, like, what is the point in this? There's no title I can get. It's just a grade 1 for the sake of a grade 1, I guess. But you know what? I'm just going to have to actually give him a layoff. It's 3 months. Yeah, it's actually 3 exact months away, so I'll have quite a layoff. It's the best I can do for him. I don't want to take those other races away from Toxic or Twin Sun, because I don't know which race I'll put them in. Do either of you race this month? Yeah, you both do. Okay. So, that's where we're at. Yeah, just wouldn't want to waste time with those 10 furlongers. Like, yeah, we could, I guess, stack more grade 1s, but he also doesn't have the strongest health rating. He does take a little bit of time to recover from green to blue, so, like, I want to make sure he's in his right window for the GWS Dirt. Twin Sun up in the Pluto Stakes. Not the favorite. 5th favorite behind Floral Turkey. Gobble Gobble. Sparking Nova. Dancing Partner. La 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 la. Fine Diamond. I don't, well, like, what sound does a diamond make? I don't know. I was trying to come up with a fitting sound for all of those names, and a diamond, it's like, what sound comes with a diamond? If anybody knows, drop in the comment section below, because I have no idea. Yeah, they're on the track. We're in the UK, are we? It's the Pluto Stakes. Crafty Gifts with the record here. 109-9 for the 6 furlong event. We're off and running. We're probably going to get Gate Rocket, and I'm probably going to... No, probably not, actually. That wasn't a great start. I'll be happy when we can use that actually on a freaking horse that doesn't want to run in last place. And that's not even a bad shout at Twin Sun. It's just annoying that the game gave me a horse with the Gate Rocket that can't even benefit from it. You know, it's like, of course Gallop Racer would do that to me. It's always what Gallop Racer does, right? Yeah, we got to roll, my boy. It's so easy to get a revolution with this guy, actually. I feel like certain horses is a little bit trickier. Like, their spurts can't always be timed exactly the same. Is this even going to be enough? Oh, come on, Twin. Hold on. We're not even supposed to win this race, but what else am I supposed to do? Dang. Stamina. Still finishes third. That's where stamina hurts him really bad. 50 stamina? Oh, fourth, actually. What else was I supposed to do? Lay off the whip, I guess? I wonder if that's what I should have done. Almost a perfect race. I just... Yeah, imagine, without that revolution, are we really winning that? Power rating going up that incline definitely hurt him. So if anything, I could have waited to get going. In fact, that's probably what would have been better suited for that particular track. I didn't expect him to have that drop off, once we got to the top of the incline. What's your power rating? Oh, 43. Duh. Duh. Should have saved him. Should have saved him. Under 2 furlongs, really. I got the revolution, but at what cost? We finished in fourth. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. I'm not worried at all. Summer sprint. All right, finally. Let's try to get you back in this, buddy. Now I know what to do. I think he's fast enough. Still, 88 speed with 85 staying. He's not as fast as, but I know how to run him now. That to me is just a race. I forgot he had 43 power. That's just me forgetting something. If I would have known that, I would have saved him a lot longer. We'll get back at it though. Split effort, back up again. We beat that horse last time out. Well, we get lucky this time. It's a summer GP. We have much better odds. So it looks like this is a little bit better suited. And it makes sense. That King Cup Spring was 16 furlongs. It's probably a better suited race for split effort, the 12 horse. Toxic Waters comes in here, dropping for 5 furlongs in distance. He won a 16 furlong event. Now we're dropping 5 furlongs. This should be a cakewalk. Let's go, my boy. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. It is a beautiful day for racing. This guy and Solo Rider, like, they're doing so well as horses that, like, have barely lost. Like, I haven't done this well on originals in either of these two games, really, like that. You know, Solo Rider's been the best original I've had with the highest winning streak. And Toxic Waters in this game is now that same horse as well. But again, you guys see what happens when we get the horses that I would like to race with from our breeding. Those are the horses I do the best with. Especially because they are horses that I always talk about really just enjoying how they played. You know, it does carry down. I talk about it all the time. That's one of my favorite aspects of this game. You have horses you like, you breed them together, and the foal, that little creation, it's going to give you a little bit of both. Or maybe more of the father's running style or more of the mother's. Either way, you can still feel that resemblance, right? I think it's really important, man, clearly. I mean, for what it's worth, everybody that has their best horses in this game, whether we all have the same horses or not, that doesn't really matter. Your horses have worked for you because you like the way their running style is. Most importantly. I mean, is there a Gallop Racer gamer out there that is good with every single horse in this game? I don't know. Maybe. Would never be me, of course. There's certain horses I just don't care for. I like my closers. I like my strong proceeders. I don't get enough horses that like to run in the mid-pack, so I don't even know what to say about that, you know? Easy run, man. I keep forgetting this guy's last corner leader. To think, I've been wasting that. And this is what happens when you drop him 5 furlongs shorter for a much better distance. Granted, he can still run 14. But it's a cakewalk, man. It's a freaking cakewalk. Well, we've won 2 of the 4 races we need to win to, I think, get him Turf Prince. Let's go, my boy. He's so good. It's just, it feels almost effortless in most of his races. It's just like, I don't have to really do much. You know, I settle him in towards the front. He doesn't fight with me ever. And then once we get to the spurt, I just need to make sure I get him in that right window. And I keep forgetting his last corner leader, so now I'll be more mindful of that. And then he's so strong. He has the speed and the stamina, the staying to keep up that final stretch speed, but like he doesn't really there's not a drop off. 6th length winner, easy money. Such a great horse, man. From Social Brandy out of Eastapool, mind you. You got double S Social Brandy in there, then you have S ranked Eastapool, which I've always said she should be, to me, Eastapool should be double S. You use her with the right studs. This is the type of horse you get. Toxic Waters. And the game has always put her at S. I think they miscalculated. You guys can feel free to disagree. That's fine. But I think Eastapool is worthy of being a double S quality type of horse. Because again, when you use her with the right studs, you see what she can produce. And she's a really good horse. I didn't lose that much with her either. When you think about it, we had a really good record with Eastapool. Is she in the Hall of Fame, now I think about it? Yeah, she definitely is. Well, let's see how well we did. Oh, not what I want to see. Hall of Fame. We only have 3 horses here. Eastapool, who was the first, actually, then Social Brandy, then Frugal Lark. Gosh, she was so good in real life. You guys, well, I'll show you. But if I haven't already, Eastapool. So we didn't break double-digit grade 1 wins. She pretty much had the same win ratio actually as Twin Sun. Only 8 grade 1 wins, 10 wins and 21 starts. But, and we only got her GWS Dirt. I'm thinking about Frugal Lark. I'm like, I thought she had more. She won the GWS Dirt. As far as important races she won there, for Eastapool, Platinum, that's a pretty tough race if you're not prepared. Second Cup can be. She didn't really have any monstrous wins. So I did about, like I said, 50%. I thought I won a lot more with her, but I was thinking about Frugal Lark. Not Eastapool, but still did well enough for her to win the GWS, obviously. Like, look at this guy's stats. Great. I mean, power, stamina, and speed and staying might as well all be at the same level. Like, a horse with all those stats and the guts and the temper, like I said, he's just... It's so effortless with this guy. It's like, seriously so effortless. 22 wins and 25 starts. This guy's in the money all the time. And I mean in the money. Not just in second or third, but like in the money. I'm just thankful we have a horse like this. Next race for him in this Turf Prince Challenge is the King Cup Autumn. You happen in September, if I'm not mistaken. No. October? Wow. Well, that's a long... Well, I'm not going to wait that long to race them, obviously. We'll try some dirt races out in the meantime, though. Long Beach Cup, 10 furlongs. I think that's perfect. Yep, Long Beach Cup. All right. Cool. Social Brandy and Eastapool, man. Gosh, he really has the best of both of them. And the thing with Eastapool, even though I didn't win all of her races, she wasn't a difficult horse to work with. Certainly the races I remember messing up with her was because I messed up. I wouldn't even put it so much on the horse. So I still think for what it's worth, she should be considered a double S horse, but it is what it is. We're at the first half classifications here. Twin Sun, actually the best sprinter out on track for 4-year-olds. And the thing, we've only run him in what, 2 grade 1s, I think? The rest were grade 3s and grade 2s, but he's been winning those impressively, and clearly it's helping him, I think, with his overall classification. Electric Arrow is 132 for the mile, 131 for the mid. Toxic Waters is 135 for the mid and the long. Rare Emerald and more. What is their... I love Rare Emerald. What is their obsession with always putting that horse above my boy Toxic Waters? Why? I mean, I understand. It's Rare Emerald. It's a really good horse. But it's actually just reminding me of, like, the Major River thing. Only difference is, like, Rare Emerald, again, is a really good horse. Major River, I think, is a good horse. The AI just don't know what to do with her in this game. So that, to me, makes her a bad horse, unless you're racing with her. If it's the AI, it's always going to be an easy win. Unless, maybe in your games, Major River is actually really good when the AI are racing her. This is on hard difficulty, and the AI suck with her. Haven't lost to her once in this game, ever. Not even on my worst horses. I don't know what it is. Summer Sprint, here for Twin Sun. Not the favorite. And I think this is a track with an incline. So, gotta be mindful. Hold him a little bit. But it's weird. As a closer, it's like if I get him going, I kind of just need to get him going. But I'll try to moderate it. Oh no, we're straight out the chute. That's, well, there still might be an incline here now I think about it. In fact, isn't that the type of track this is? It goes from like a downhill up into an uphill sprint. A torture sprint, basically, for these horses. Shut up, I know what I'm doing. Relax, okay? This is where we gotta run. I basically need to act like I don't care to even be in the race. Now, again, I want to hold him, but look how far we have to go. How are we gonna... I don't know. I guess I gotta push him now. But I don't want to go on the whip yet. See, I started on the whip last time out. I'm gonna wait now. There's spurt. Go on the whip now. And a revolution at 1.8. Okay, maybe that... See? I wonder if this would have... Gosh, he's still... Look at his stamina. He's still gonna tire out. And here comes the uphill. It's not going to be enough for the win, but much, much better result. And granted, if I'm closer, then the win is maybe on. Well, those are points. You're supposed to finish 7th. That's actually a really good effort. He's doing well. He's really doing well, considering. So, for where he's at this point in his career. So, I mean, I'll take that. He's in the fight for the GWS Sprint. Just need to try to get some wins. It just, his leg type makes that a little complicated because he doesn't have the stamina for me to just get him going really, really soon and just to hold on to it. We can do that with certain horses. He doesn't have the stamina for it. So, like, I can't run him full speed right from the jump. But then I also can't send him to the front too soon or he will definitely tire out. We've had that happen. So that's the difficult thing with him being a closer. His stamina is really messing him up, I would say. Not even the closer position itself. It's the fact that his stamina doesn't make it worthwhile to run him to the front sooner and to hang out there. We can hang out at the front until we really need to get him going once, we're under 4 furlongs. I can't do that with him. So, gosh, now I'm remembering why I couldn't win the GWS Sprint. That's so hard with those horses, and especially at these tracks with those inclines. When he has a 43 power rating, it's really all stacked against him. So if we can somehow find a way to win, that'd be incredible. Moving on, Toxic Waters Long Beach Cup, not the favorite. General Master is. We're second favorites with Memorial Quality. I don't even, what? Some of these horses, I gotta be honest, I have not heard. There are horses I just haven't paid attention to. Plenty of those. But some of these horses, Memorial Quality? And I had a feeling it was going to be a gray. I'm like, watch, it's going to be like some really pretty gray. I feel like horses I legitimately don't recognize their names always end up being grays. Or is it a subconscious thing? Maybe I do recognize them for a second. Like, that's the only part that sticks in my head. The fact that they're grays. And I just completely forget about their names and the rest of their existence. I don't know. 22 wins and 25 starts. I think Flightline would have been that type of horse. I speak for so many of us when I say we all understand the decision. It's human greed with money. Gosh, they really robbed us of something special. They really did. They robbed so many people of seeing a Secretariat-like horse run for several years. You know what I mean? Like, I talk about it a lot. It's the only thing, and Royal Robin has the record here. I always forget that. Side note, but it's the only thing that bugs me about horse racing today. It's like people are so obsessed with the money aspect of it, and I understand it revolves around the sport. I mean, gambling and wagering is all a part of that, but it's like I get it. And also for safety. I mean, these horses are still magnificent creatures. Injury still happens, and we know where that can lead, obviously, for a horse. So I also understand retiring a horse early for that, but it's like, I just feel like that's kind of an excuse owners are using nowadays because you have plenty of horses that still run well beyond their 3-year-old season in the world. And those owners aren't retiring those horses. You know what I mean? I feel like I've heard it from the last couple of really good 3-year-old grade 1 winners. The owners are like, it's for the safety of the horse. And it's like, is it though, really? Like, I'm sure there's obviously a part of that in there, but a lot of it is because you want to make money. That's the first thing. If you couldn't make money, you wouldn't be saying, "Oh, we're retiring the horse at 3 years old for, you know, for safety purposes." And Toxic Water's still hanging in there. This is not a race we're clearly winning today, but we'll finish second like we were supposed to, actually. Whew. I'm not going to lie, I was really nervous that was going to be like a 6th place result. It was looking bad, wasn't it? I was trying to talk myself out of not paying attention, and wow. Favorite, General Master, and Memorial Quality, both finishing out of the points. Kind of what I thought. It's us in Gray Language, the 7 horse, who gets first place. And that horse beat us by 3.5 lengths. It's second place. Not a win, but also not an important race we needed to win. Because ultimately, we're 2 more legs away from getting Turf Prince. Guaranteed title. Winning on the dirt, still possible. Just got to find the right races. So yeah, Twin Sun still in second place for the sprint, behind Eternal Pool. And that horse wasn't all that fast. We don't have the power to keep up on those European courses. Electric Arrow sitting second in the turf. I mean, I'm not racing him in this. We just had to do that race just to put him in something. He's leading the dirt. Well, with Rare Emerald, but I think we'll beat that horse in the championship. So hopefully we get Electric Arrow, his King of Kings, in the GWS Dirt this year. And Twin Sun, I hope to get him the GWS Sprint. Really trying. Proving a little bit more difficult than I expected. So I'm just going to keep racing you in sprints. Super Sprint, like, yeah, it's... Ooh, then the Super Mile. This is way more important. I'm going to make sure he's got his points and he's in the blue. Alright, Toxic. Whenever you're ready to go, we'll figure it out. I'm not going to run into Platinum. Nope. Chestnut, no point for you to do that. Maybe I can actually save him for that Autumn, whatever. Yep. I'm just going to save him for that race then. That's perfectly fine because there's nothing else I think is worth putting him in. So we should get through the rest of this year kind of quickly because you see these races are spread out. Toxic Waters isn't racing until October. Electric Arrow's racing in September. And then Twin Sun isn't racing until next month. So I do like that in this game. I like being able to sometimes get through the years quickly. 2004, when you're racing, 15 or more horses, it just sometimes feels like time's going backwards, And Toxic Waters drops from S to A. I get why they do that, but it's so stupid. It's what I was talking about in my 2004 videos recently. What the game should have been programmed to do is judge the horse based off of its past performances and take a little bit of the stats into consideration. But like if a horse is still winning past its peak, its rating shouldn't, its grade shouldn't be dropping tremendously. Because if I'm still winning and beating these other horses, that technically means he's still running as an S horse, even if his stats don't represent that. I think that's more important, but I get it. It wasn't programmed to really think about that. Twin Sun, no chance today. Why? Ah, gosh, it is a longer race than he's used to running. It's 2 furlongs longer, and probably going to be on the track with an incline. I keep forgetting. I'm like, why couldn't I win the GWO Sprint? He doesn't have the power for these races, and most of them are on these type of circuits. So if you don't have a horse with a good power rating, you're always going to have a little bit of a struggle. And on top of his power rating being basically an F, which doesn't exist in this game, it's E, but I'm going to say it's an F. He has F power, and technically like E or D stamina. They're probably going to give him D for stam. But, I mean, D, that's still really bad, guys, so. It's so disappointing. There's no other, trying to get him a dirt GWS? No. It's fine, though. If we can just continue to get him some more Grade 1 wins before we retire him, and maybe a couple of titles, which at this point is only going to be maybe a dirt title if we can get one, and then a sprint title. Well, actually, a sprint and a mile title. That's really all he can achieve. He's a sprinter at his core. So we can get him sprint champ, maybe get him mile champ. And I think that's it. There's nothing else I think he would be able to do. He can't run anything above 8 furlongs. It is disappointing, but what are you going to do, you know? This actually doesn't look like there's an incline. I can actually run him like normal. And gosh, knowing that sooner would have been really nice. I forget about this track. I could have had him much closer to... I could have gotten him started sooner. I'm thinking I have to save him for the incline. Oh, that doesn't help his GWS sprint campaign at all. We're not probably going to... Gosh, what, 7th? Something told me to double check that race because like I always remembered making a point of it. Granted, I finished exactly where we needed, and the game is saying I did everything. They said I did perfect in the stretch. Okay. Like, that's a track I needed to remember. Didn't actually have an incline. I think I could have raced him a lot closer in the end. And somehow, yeah, it actually doesn't really hurt him in the standings because Eternal Pool didn't get any points and Ron Cosmos ended up getting the win. Wow. Talk about kind of being really fortunate. This is still a championship he can win somehow. I really thought we were going to drop down like 18 points or something crazy. No, 6 points away from first. Still, somehow. Okay. Gosh, Paris Mile. I mean, what's the point? This is a race I feel like we got to miss. Because like, he's not going to be in the condition to win. We got to come back with the London Mile. I think that is a track with an incline, so... it's so unfortunate just that he has those conflicting stats. Bad power, bad stamina, closer. You know, like, that's hurting us so much. I can't run him much closer than I am. I mean, maybe I could keep him right where the mid-pack is, except just make sure he's in last place. Maybe I could try that. I know I keep him a couple lengths off, but that's not always the easiest thing to do. Electric Arrow's up in the first stakes. Not the favorite, actually. Oh, no, we are the favorite. I was looking at different numbers. Never mind. Okay, let's just get a win. But, like I said, it's so disappointing. Twin Sun, really, really fun horse. Great speed. He's really, I think, started showing actually past his peak the quality horse he is as a sprinter in the right circumstances. And the game is punishing me with his bad power and stamina rating and then giving him a closer leg type with Gate Rocket as an ability. I swear to you, sometimes it feels like the game is trolling, and I think it's just because Tecmo probably didn't go over all of their coding anomalies, you know what I mean? Because these things, again, in modern days, if a gaming company is taking this game seriously, they would have patched those or at least fixed some aspects of it. Plenty of games are doing that now. But like, this is an early 2000s, late 1990s Japanese horse racing game. As great as it is, they weren't perfect, you know, that they were humans just like we all are. So I know the game's not actually trolling, but it feels like that because sometimes just how the things are playing out. It's just like, what are the odds of this? And I guess that's the point. A lot of stuff in this game is an odds probability factor, right? So when it comes to that type of stuff happening, that's probably what the case is. Somehow, somewhere in the coding, it can create a weird anomaly that can happen. It won't be permanent, but, you know, the game could keep throwing those numbers out. I would love to see the coding involved in this game. I would love to see, like, what the parameters are. Like, what is the probability of, like, revolutions or just different things, you know? I just wonder what those numbers were set up to be. I really do. You know, the probability of getting a filly, a colt, a really good horse, a really bad horse. Not the favorite. Who cares? Kiss our butt. Electric Arrow. And extend his lead in the GWS dirt. Rightfully so. Rightfully so, bro. Let's go. It's another win. Another win for the Arrow. Electric Arrow. First stakes win. 9 furlongs. Dude's just racking up the wins. Great win. Fantastic stuff, man. Oh, wow. Ron Cosmos is... Now it's an 18-point lead. Ron Cosmos is pretty much all but pulled away because we had to skip that recent GWS sprint race. So Twin Sun's going to win the next one. We're not going to catch back up if we don't win the next one. Yeah. Electric Arrow is the best dirt horse in this category. It's not even a question. Put some respect on my dude's name. Promptly. Alright, Music S. Alright, cool. Thank goodness you have a good health rating. Well, good enough. Oh yeah, 70. Is he still getting better? No, he's on the decline now. No, sustained though. He's only 5. I swear his guts rating is getting better. Was it always in the 90s, or have I just not paid attention? I can't tell, but either way, like, his stats are still fantastic for a horse that's 5 years old, man. Oh my goodness, what an absolute stud he really is. So happy I've been blessed with these horses in this game. Setting up the future. It is setting up the future, for sure. Hope you guys are enjoying. Couple of oopsies, but... you know, I think we've gotten back on top of the issues for the most part, so I think it's been productive. And, I mean, we've still had a relatively higher winning ratio. Golden Monster, don't see her often. Gosh, she's here? Yeah, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. Ron Cosmos is back in this field. Golden Monster, Dynamite Club, Last Derby. Like, these are all pretty fast horses, man. Like, and I'm underselling that. Like, Golden Monster, we all know what she's about. We also know that she has close race not good. Catch her slacking, man, and you can take advantage of that in the deep stretch. But so disappointing. Couldn't even give this guy a GWS dirt. Like, he wasn't even built to win this championship. Not really. Because again, stamina and power with the closer leg type. You know, those abilities are just too conflicting. Those different parameters. He was built to be fast, to win grade 1s, but not to win on the European circuits. So disappointing. But it's all good because I believe his son or his daughter, whichever comes first, they're going to be able to do that. It's just, I wish I would have been able to do it with him, you know, but I can't help that the game gave him... you know, basically 43 power and 50 stam, whatever it's at now. That's completely out of my control. I mean, we knew those stats were going to take quite a, you know, a little bit of a hit, but not by those margins. And you can get revolutions with him at like any time. 2.2, 2.6, 1.8. Okay, I'm actually going to try like just not, yeah, I'm not going to try whipping him. Let's see, does that do better? He's closing. He's closing. Come on, Twin. He fights so well. He's such a gutsy horse, man. He really is. Just like his mother. And just like Mad Courage. 6th place. Better than where we were supposed to finish. But gosh. You guys all saw it. That's where the stamina and the power come into play. The power would help us out a lot more. Like, instead of... if it was twice as high as it is now, if he had a power rating in the 80s, his stamina could be at 51 and we'd probably still win those races, or at least come close. Like, almost a perfect race. I can't do anything about it. Such a shame. He's doing so well performance-wise, but just not strong enough to get there. I can't run him any closer. I can't, guys. We've done that. If I do that, he will tire out before he even has a chance to try to finish near the leaders. We've already done that. And I'm saying that mainly for people that are like new, that maybe have just recently started watching. If you're thinking, oh, run him close, I can't. I've tried it. He will tire out. It doesn't work. And like keeping him in last place has really been essential to his success. He's a horse I can't run as a mid, or I can't do it. Some horses are so strong you can run them outside of their leg type and they can still win. He's not that type of horse, unfortunately. Like, he works best as a closer that legitimately closes. And we've seen him do that on tracks that are flat. Any track with an incline, he doesn't have the power and the stamina to make it happen. He's got to be on flat ground. Anyways, music stakes, electric arrows up. Really? Again? It's like, this is actually like the same 10 horse field with like the same ish horses. Memorial Quality, General Master, like Scarlet Jewel, Rachel Zegau. Like, why does Rachel Zegau keep coming to these races if she has no chance ever? We're not even the favorite, but General Master got smoked last time, so we'll see. Okay, yeah. Let's get to it, bro. They're seeing that so many times playing this game. Sometimes I'm just like, okay, I've literally seen it probably thousands of times at this point. Over 1,000 times. You have to imagine in a couple of episodes within a week, I do over 50 races, right, per game. Or, yeah, if I'm switching back and forth between 2004 and 2003, I would say, I wonder how many races I do. I remember when I used to like actually record and write. Like 3 episodes definitely eclipse like 50 races. So you gotta think, I've been doing this since like 2016. 7 years of playing this game on YouTube. Like, oh my gosh. Granted, I was not consistent back in my early days. I was so all over the place. Really thought about completely giving up on this channel and just not doing anything back then. I'm being completely honest. I feel like I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the length or the lack of engagement, but I just didn't feel motivated. Some videos were doing well, but not... Gosh, move! What a stupid gap to be stuck in. Oh my goodness. Now I gotta catch whoever that is out there. Who is that? And that's General Master. Now they're making this horse look like an all-star because I'm stuck in a gap that doesn't free up for me. That's annoying. Dig. Oh, what a run from Electric Arrow. We might get there in time. Oh, it's going to be a photo. We're so much better than that horse. That's what's annoying about that. And I'm not taking anything away, but, like, that horse is not better than Electric Arrow. So, like, giving it all this special treatment. Oh, we may have just gotten there. Are they going to... Oh... We had it, and the General Master somehow got it back. Wow, what a race. Gosh, what can I do there? I was blocked. Technically. Until just a little bit of a gap kind of created itself, and then I was able to get through. Like, how ridiculous. You know, like, we were right in between the horses. It was just as if there was still, like, an invisible wall in front of me that I could not get through. Even still, that keeps us... Just look at this championship. So disappointing. Ron Cosmos has ran away, so I'm not going to put Twin Sun in any more of those races. And yeah, we're still comfortably ahead by 18 points in the dirt. On the plus side, Electric Arrow is going to be a King of King this year, it looks like. A King of King he is. Rightfully so, right? Gotta run him in the World Classic. He'll be in the green, but I think we got to get some points. Because then he can take a layoff until the Independence, and then that's it. Or I could save him for the Independence. But I would rather try to get points in both races, just to make sure. But then again, if I only get 6 points for both races, that's the equivalent of just winning one race at 12. It's a big race. Both of these are. I want to put somebody in it. Maybe I'll put Twin Sun in the World Mile. And then Gosh, I don't know what to do. If I run him in the green now, maybe that's it? Or do I save him in the blue and try to win this Independence? this makes the smarter option, clearly. Because even if somebody wins that last race, all we have to do in this Independence is, like, finish in third. That makes more sense. But I can always change my mind because you can actually scratch horses in this game. Twin. Yeah, you're not even going to be ready for that. Aquarius at 7. Wait, where is that at, though? Paris. No. Yeah, definitely want to run him on the dirt. We're going to go ahead and do this World Sprint. 6 furlongs. Why not? I mean, he has a good dirt rating. Gosh, his speed has fallen off quite a bit. Now, 84. But he's still fast. He's still fast considering. But look at his power and his stamina. 48 stamina and 40 power. This is why I can't win the GWS Sprint with them. It's literally out of my control. With a closer like type. It's out of my control, guys. Nothing I can do. It is what it is, man. Just the cards we've been dealt. But my goodness, man. Yeah, really probably should be running him on the dirt a lot more now I think about it. Just keep him flat. Keep him flat. Now, you can actually get 3 titles. Sprint Champ, Mile Champ, and maybe Dirt Champ. We'll see. Toss of Water's up in the King Cup Autumn. Heavy favorite. And yeah, like there's nobody important in this field. We win this, we have one more leg to go, and that will be the Winter GP. Oh no, I lied. It's 5 races in this. We won the King Cup Spring, we won the Summer GP. This is the King Cup Autumn now. We'll have the Continental Cup and then the Winter GP. That'll be in November and December of the conclusion to this year. We win those 2 races, then he'll get Turf Prince. It's nice to be on a horse that I feel confident enough to actually win this without any real issues. Other horses, I'm like, winning those 5. They're not inherently tough races. They're actually on the easier side of like the domestic grade ones in this game, but still, like, you can get tough fields every blue moon. Like, you can get a GWS type of field in these races. It doesn't happen all the time, at least not in my game, but it can definitely happen, right? You get the same class of horses that would normally be in a GWS Sprint. Maybe at least 4 of them, 4 or 5 of them can be in these races. Again, not often, but it'll happen. And that's when the races really get tough. And actually, I'm going to send Toxic Water to the inside. I didn't even realize it was really open. Imagine, I would have kept him there. What a waste of space and time. It's our race to win anyways, but what has worked so well for him throughout the majority of his career is the fact that I've kept him to the rail. And he's so strong that, like, nobody's going to really be able to mount a challenge if he's able to save ground on the rail. I can imagine in reality he'd be an extremely frustrating horse to, like, run against, because it's like, if he gets the rail, he's just going to hug it and do this. Okay, the 8 horse is actually trying to run away from us. No, not today. Not today. Not today. Not today. You're fighting well. Wherever you are. Who is that? Rough Bird. Oh, you're fighting really well. You're still there, but nah. Not today. Whoa. I got closer than you see, that's what I mean. It was us and 2 horses. The rest of the field's at least 3-4 lengths back. That's what I mean. They're easy races to win, but you still have to be diligent and not, like, actually fall asleep, because you will still get a couple of tough horses that may give you a challenge. Gotta admit, they fought a lot harder than I expected. For us to be such a heavy favorite, that race did not feel like it at all. Like, Rough Bird, and look at the top 6. The top 6 finished in the precise order as they were expected to. We were the favorite first, Rough Bird second, so on and so forth. Wow. 8th place, finished 8th. Yeah, what a tripped out race when you really look at it. Yeah, 3.5 lengths back to Eminent Smile. So it was us, but yeah, Rough Bird. Easy Treasure is really good, though. I think that's an underrated horse. Rough Bird as well. So That's what I mean. This is like an easy race, but you can always get tough fields that make it a lot more challenging than you expect. Always. That was that 10 or 11? I don't remember. I was going to say 10 or 11, if I'm even close with those. It's a win. We already have the title for it. We're just working on the turf prints. 2 more to go. Twin Sun up in the World Sprint on the dirt. Still not expected to win. Gosh, General Master here again? Oh no, this is the horse we were just running. This horse just ran against too. Electric Arrow, right? Yeah, I mean, Memorial Quality here as well. So we're just running against the horses that Electric Arrow had been running against. Gorgeous Skyline. I feel a lot better on the dirt. I feel a lot better on the dirt with Twin Sun. I feel like this is where we'll have our best chance. But his stats are falling off quite considerably. So, like, grade 1s might not be more of much of a thing by the end of this year. So if I want to win with him, I got to do it, like, now. This is what I was saying, you know, earlier in the episodes. I'm like, the second his speed really starts to fall off a cliff, that's when I'll consider retiring him. Because without that, we won't be able to do anything. Like, I could try to do grade 3s and grade 2s with him, but again, like, his power and stamina still aren't good either, so that doesn't make those, like, very viable long-term options. You know? Like, he still needs to have decent stamina and power to carry on, even after grade 1s aren't a thing. He's not in that position at all. I don't know what's going to free up, so I just got to run with him. Oh, gosh, something told me not to even get a oh, maybe it works. I was going to say something told me not to get a revolution. But look, it's actually working out for us. I'm just going to keep him on under the whip. Imagine, even with all this speed, still cannot quite catch these horses in the end. It's a great effort. And he's going to finish 4th or 5th. But gosh. Again, running him so far to the back as well. That's what I've been talking about. He's doing fantastic in all these races. He's just not winning. Just not winning. No more GWSs for him. No more. No more. I'll see if there's any more sprints. Gosh, the China Mile, it's 5 furlongs. That's a race. This is the problem. Like, these are races he could still win, but obviously it's just, I'm running him pretty much as perfect as I can. And, like, yeah, General Master did close in, so that's fine. We're better than that horse. We just need to beat that horse next time out. 39 power, like, oh my goodness. But look at his guts and response and health and the field temp. Those stats have not changed. It's just been the top 4, actually. The top 4 have been dropping the most dramatically. Everything else has remained virtually the same. That's the problem. Like I said, the game really put us in a weird spot with him. He's finished in the top 3, 15 of his 26 starts, only 5 grade 1s. And this isn't in-game terms. In reality, this dude would be amazing. Well, he'd be really, really good so far, at least. You know, he would be a horse that would be talked about every year because he's still winning. But I think this is a much better race to put him in. Spring Mile, I hope, I don't know. I think about it, is it? See, that China Mile is 5 furlongs. The distance will suit him better. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna run him in the Mile Champ, and then I'll run him in the China Mile because, again, that's the easier of the GWS races. I talk about it every year it pops up. Mr. Toxic, you need Continental, and then after the Continental, it's the Winter GP people. He gets those 2. He will be a Turf Prince. Have I gotten that title in this game? I think we definitely have it in 04. I don't know if I have it in here. Let's see. Horse title. I didn't think so. No Turf Prince. We already had King of Kings, of course. Still quite a number of titles we need to get. But Turf Prince is one of them. And Toxic Waters is close to 2 wins away. I think I'm just going to keep this episode going because we're pretty much at the end of the year. It makes 0 sense to stop now. And it's usually better for me just to record this game all the way till the end of the year. Anyways, That way when I restart playing again, if it's been a couple of weeks, I just know it's the beginning of the year and I just need to figure out what I have to do with my horses anyways. As opposed to like stopping like in a weird like point in like September. That's when sometimes I feel a little bit out of the loop. I like to make sure I'm in rhythm with putting my horses in the right races, especially if they're chasing titles. Sometimes you can miss a window by just missing 1 week of not putting your horse in a race they should have been in. So I don't like dealing with that. Better odds. In fact, these are the best odds he's had in a couple of months. And we've dropped him in grade 1 class, yes, but he's still racing against grade 1 horses. Laughing Hawk, Sudden Crush, Cruel Death, Main Fact, Main Asset. I mean, competitive field for sure. So like, this is not a shoe-in at all. Gonna try to win, but his speed has fallen off quite considerably. You still feel like he's fast, but is he that flat out like he can catch anybody? I don't think so, not anymore. But maybe he still is. Maybe the speed is actually still as well as it's been, despite its stats dropping, and it's his power and stamina that are getting lower as well that's really hurting him. And it's weird because remember, I think earlier, either in this episode or the last one, I was wondering if like, I think it was last episode, I was wondering if his training regiment of like stamina was really helping. And I think he only went up like 4 or 6 points, but it just felt like it was so much easier to win races with him. Like when his speed started to drop, we were still winning. It wasn't until I noticed the stamina and the power starting to drop that his performance seemed to kind of suffer as well. So I'm like, 4 or 6 points in stamina, is it really that strong of a difference? Like a 40, like, you know, the difference between 39 and 45, is it really that big in here? Like, I think 84 to 90 might be a good parameter to look at, or, you know, 76 to 82 or 68 to 74. I think those numbers are pretty good, but 39 to 45, does that really make that much of a difference? I don't know. Now, I want to make sure we're not blocked, so I'm going to run them as long as I can. That's just a long distance to overcome. We're not going to get there in time unless he has a crazy last furlong spurt. And these horses are tiring, but we're not going to get there in time, are we? We're driving hard and too far back. Too far back. That's a race I actually fell asleep on, and I was 8 lengths off the pace. Gosh, I would... that's a... Yeah. That's a race I really want to redo, but... is it worth it? Not really. Gosh, that's such an easy race to win. I just completely fell asleep in the last bit of the race, as you can see, because I was way too far off. Man, it's just such a bummer. Such a bummer. Can't win the GWSs. Well, I think you're done for the year, man. Oh, no, China Mile. Or China Sprint. I mean, try to win this. At least. So we'll have, I think, another half a dozen races. Close this episode. Oh, what am I doing? Bad race. I hate, you guys know, I hate having races like that because it's just like, I wasn't even paying attention. Alright, Independence Cup with Electric Arrow. GWS Dirt Territory Grandmaster, not even here. They always do this, man. They'll be 1 spot off of the championship with like 6 points, and then they don't show up to the last race, which I can't complain because it helps us win if we're in a close battle, but at the same time, it's like, why are they programmed to not show up at the last most important race? The logic is flawed. Because they had General Master race at like the World Classic in those races, when in reality, he probably should have skipped those. Or no, actually, he should have ran that race. I take that back. Running in the World Classic, that was a good idea. But then you also needed to run him here, even if he was in the gray or the green. Otherwise, it's just like you just wasted your horse's time in a championship that you didn't need to be in if you just weren't going to run them in the last race that could help them win. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I mean, it works out for us. It means no matter how badly I do in this race, we're going to win the championship. Because I think whoever's the closest is either... Well, if the closest is at 18 points, then yeah, us not getting points at all would be really bad. But I don't even know if the person that's like... that has 18 points is even in this race. So either way, easy money. And this could be his last race of the year. I don't need to run him in anything else. Just secure that GWS Dirt win today. Yeah, this guy's been really fun now that I've gotten the hang of him for sure. Just glad I worked it out. I was really going to be bummed because I'm like, he's going to be a perfect stud with his turf and dirt preferences and his stats. I'm like, he's going to be perfect back there. Like, I know breeding with him, we're not going to get horses with any bad stats, and they're all going to be pretty high, on the high-ish side. Like, all minimum 70s with 290s, or at least 190. Like, it's going to be freaking sweet, man. Like, I think he's stronger than Social Brandy, for sure. And, gosh, I thought Social Brandy was strongest we had, and nope. This guy in Toxic Waters definitely, I think, have Social Brandy beat. And you guys know I love that horse, but their consistency with their strength and their stats, it's not a surprise, you know. Gotta go. 4 and 6 still keeping up with us. But Furlong left to go. He's still got plenty left in the tank. Now I'm going to go ahead and lay it on just a little bit. You got it. You got it, my guy. Electric Arrow. Another GWS Dirt win, and that should be it. No more racing for him. GWS Dirt champion, and he will be a king of kings. A king of kings. King of Kings. Oh, I keep forgetting to let go to do the forward, but no, I just wailing my arm like, you know, it's just stuck on a loop. The win is all that matters, really. Dirt champ with King of Kings. I think only the second horse in my playthrough in this game to get King of Kings, so that's really a great achievement, considering this is a horse that I really thought I was going to have to let go earlier in his career because I just wasn't winning races that I thought I should have been winning. Maybe that's just too much internal pressure, but I'm just like, it's a good horse, a great horse. I see his name pop up all the time. I've raced against him quite a bit. Toxic Waters, though, switching gears up in the Continental Cup, 12 furlongs. Easy Treasure is here. So, split effort. It's not going to be an easy win, but I think at this distance it still suits us the best. And they're giving Silver Arrow, actually, second place favoritism with 10 cents above us, or technically underneath us. And the other horses actually don't have as great of a chance. Yielding conditions. Wonder if that's affecting their odds, or maybe just their health and conditioning. But Silver Arrow, do I really have to watch out for that horse, man? I don't want to. Like, do I actually have to watch out for you? Beautiful dude. Oh gosh, I have to win these last two. It'd be so annoying to get this far into the year, into Turf Prince for Toxic Waters, and then not to win like the last two or one of the last two. It's just like I would have rather have lost in the beginning, because like I wouldn't have continued racing if we would have lost that first race. I would have been like, well, we can't get this title without winning all 5. So if you lose the first one, it's a waste of time to run in those races unless you just want to stack grade 1s or you have other titles to get. We don't have other titles to get for these distances, so I would not be running him in these races if it wasn't for this title. Certainly would be doing more European racing, but Hey, he's on a North American tour right now, and this is how you become the turf prince. You got to prove it. Ironically, running on turf courses in North America, when in reality, to actually prove a horse is a turf prince, they would be running in the UK or Australia or something. Far superior turf racing than North America. Now, don't anybody from North America take that with any offense. It's the truth. Like, our main staple of horse racing, at least in the States, is dirt, and I've talked about it before. In other countries, it's mainly turf. So yeah, I mean, it would be such an arrogant American thing, or North American thing, to just say we have the best turf racing just because, when we really don't. Yes, we have some important races. All parts of the world have pretty important races. All the major countries involved in horse racing, but for the most part, like, I mean, yeah, turf racing is elite in the UK. You know, like elite. So, like, yeah. The fact that this game gives you turf prints for winning races again on North American tracks makes no sense to me. But, you know, that's what I mean. Gallop Racer logic. It's like they didn't think everything through. This title would realistically make sense with a horse. You always forget about that ability that runs on European tracks. Now, who am I waiting for? There's Silver Arrow. Dude's rolling up, though. Gosh. Oh, my goodness. This is kind of scary. Oh, he's going to get us. Look at that horse go. And Toxic Water's actually tired out. No, man. I said it. I said it. Too soon on the stretch, huh? Gosh, that stinks, bro. That stinks. That's what I mean. I would rather lose in the beginning of the year. Like, unbelievable. For all the bad races to have, like, how far back is my last save even? That's so annoying, man. 11:03. Gosh, and I've done 2 races, right? Yeah, I ran Toxic and Electric, so I'd have to redo both of their races, I think. That's so uberly annoying. That's not a title I want to try for again next year. Like, it's not really that fun. Like, he's a horse I would much rather be racing, you know, overseas. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is really irritating my soul. You guys have no idea. Like I said, I would have rather lost the first or at least the second race. Yeah, I've gotten them grade 1s, but again, towards what title? Now, I really want to reload, but gosh, I've already done that, what, twice in this episode? Oh, it's not who I am, man. That stinks. Really stinks. Now, granted, we weren't going to be in the blue for that race anyway, so I'm going to run it. Maybe if we lose that race too, maybe it was just going to be a really hard 2 races to win, but it's annoying. I wonder if they'll start to have like quite a drop off next year. I think Electric Arrow will still be fine for a while because he's still fast enough. Stamina and power definitely dropping, but look at the guts at 92, everything else. He still has stats in good categories with good abilities to still be competitive, clearly. Yeah, still haven't finished worse than second. 1 redo. But it would have been 3rd if it wasn't. It was just a bad race, and it was the beginning of the episode. I thought having a redo was suitable. So, I said I was going to be done with him, right? But actually, this could be good. He doesn't have a Mile Champ title. I totally forgot about that. Alright, 3 more races then. Close out this episode. gosh, too many redos already. I don't want to turn my gaming into that. It's just like if I didn't do it, I didn't do it. I can't always just go back and I don't know. It just feels like cheating the game to me. Like if I didn't win the race, it's like I didn't win the race. I have to be better, right? I have to try not to lose races in dumb ways or whatever. It was like the first race in like a long time with him that apparently I got him started way too soon and he gassed out going downhill. Twin Sun up in the China Sprint. We'll see what happens here, but gosh, like I would have much rather have been beaten just like maybe purely on merit or something like that. Like it's like I ran him the best I could and like other horses maybe were just better. Unlikely, but still. But to lose a race like that, to finish in 4th, I wonder if that's his worst result ever. I don't know, man. It just bothers me a lot, especially with Toxic Waters. And again, like I said, I won 3 out of the 5 legs, so it's like my worst nightmare came true. I pretty much talked it into existence. I'm like, yeah, it would suck to lose like the last 2, and what happens? I lose 1 of the last 2. Like, ugh. Turf Prince would be a really nice title. I don't want to do that again with him next year. You know, like that's not what I want to do. It just doesn't seem fun. Now, this is probably what I needed to be doing with him on the other races, but I talk about it all the time. This is an easy grade 1 to win. This whole China week is really easy to win in this game with the right horses and if you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? So it's like... But you know what? I'm super happy because he needed a grade 1. Been a dry spell. It was really tough in Europe for him. That's his 3rd win in a mile. It's his 6th grade 1 win for Twin Sun. Makes you feel better. Makes you feel better for sure. We'll never really erase that kind of stinging, irritating sensation of finishing in a 4th because of going too early, but we weren't supposed to win that race, actually. Like I said, Twin Sun is still doing fantastic considering his stats are on the drop. Like, he can still win those type of races, at least. Like, those other tracks that we had lost in the GWS were exactly like that. I mean, he would have had at least half of those wins. China Mile, Golden Monster's here. She's always here, it seems. And we were actually the second favorite behind Golden Monster. Okay. Man, like, what do I do with Toxic Waters now? As far as, like, what title is actually... Desert Prince, I mean, that's going to be harder for him to win on the dirt, I think. Because he's still a turf horse at his core. Speed Prince, he can't run 6 furlongs like that anymore. He's always struggled to win those type of races for some reason. I mean, but granted, he's a distance horse, really. King of Kings, again, can't really run the sprint. I mean, I could go for other titles like Monster, win grade 1 races 3 weeks in consecutive weeks. We could try that, maybe. Let's try, like, the easiest grade 1s for him possible. But, like, that's not exactly an easy task neither. I mean, we really got to make sure we do it in a week where we feel like they're the easiest races for him to win. Because he's not going to be at 100%. International? No, we got that with him. Turf Emperor, win, like, the Paris... Like, I haven't even kept track of, like, those races completely. So I don't even know how many times we've won them. So I'm trying to do those races and then not knowing the actual count seems like a waste of time. Doesn't it? So what I mean, there's really not a lot for him to do to win based off of what he can win now. So that's why I'm, like, annoyed. That was, like, the one last title I thought he could really get. Monoelectric, hold on. No, 5's going to get us. Wow. It's only thing that will happen with him sometimes is just like he just kind of taps out at the end. 5 definitely got us. Yep, Golden Monster. Darn. So close, but what can I do? It's Golden Monster. That's literally what she does. We all know that. Either way, it was still a fantastic year. Like I can't let one title we did, and he got 2 titles this year. He still ended up getting All Rounder and the other title anyway. So I just thought Turf Prince would have been really nice, man. But let's go ahead and look to better things. Yeah, winning that race actually put Twin Sun in 3rd for the sprint. So, again, so frustrating. Better stamina and power. Different scenario. But 3rd for him. Nothing on the turf. And then Electric Arrow sweeps the dirt. We have a dirt champ and a king of kings, my friends. There it is. LFG. LFG, man. If anything, maybe I should try him for Turf Prince. I would feel better at least doing it with a different horse. I just don't want to do it again with Toxic Waters. You know what I mean? But that's like realistically the best thing he has left for a title. It's really kind of crazy with these stats. He still can't run the sprint, you know? It's weird. He never seems fast enough. And obviously I know he's not a sprinter, but still, with those type of stats, he should be able to stay strong if I get him out early. But I feel like when I tried earlier, and granted, I haven't raced him in sprints in like 2 years. Maybe he could actually do it. Maybe now that I've really been dialed into him. Okay, you 2 are done for the year. Toxic Waters, last race. Last one of the episode. But yeah, maybe I'll try. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, he's not getting faster. He's getting slower. So, like, I feel like I've kind of missed the window anyways if I was even going to really try to push him into the sprints. But we'll see. 12.5 for the Winter GP. We're the favorite. Silver Arrow's back again. Not going to lie. I'm actually going to be annoyed if I win this race. I'll feel a lot better if, like, it's a tough, close race and we don't actually win it. I would probably feel better because at least that would let me know, okay, maybe these were just 2 tough races. To lose the last one and then to win this one, which means if I would have won 4 out of the 5 legs, yeah, that's gonna grind my gears, man. It's gonna grind my gears, okay? Because again, that would, yeah, I don't know. I already lost that race, can't get the title. This race doesn't really matter because we already have the title for this distance, so winning this does virtually nothing for us. And I wouldn't, again, like half of the races we had to run him in this year, I wouldn't have put him in. All the grade 1s, most of them, that were on, the North American circuit, wouldn't have put him in them. No point. But, it is what it is. This dude is still done exceptionally well, and he's been really, really fun. And I think he's going to be a great stud. So, like, in reality, like, we're winning. Again, I'm just annoyed to get that far in the championship to just lose out 2 races away from the finale. Technically 1 away from the finale. I don't think that would bother anybody, wouldn't it? Like, you get so far and then you lose that last important thing. That's just the way it happened. They just made him look like such a bad horse. And granted, they're saying I got started too early, so yeah, that's on me, I guess. Didn't feel like that was earlier than other times, I'm just giving post-dialogue to what I think happened, but I suppose I've already made my point, right? Are you just... Okay, you're just going to move in my gap to get there. Cool, that's why I'm going to go right around you. Swoop. Swoop, there it is. Swoop, there it is. Goodbye. Goodbye. You see, that's annoying. That's what really should have happened in that fourth race, and for whatever reason, they just like it didn't happen. I got him started like at 2.4. That's I get him started earlier. I mean, yeah, much earlier. 2.6, 2.7. Because he's got the stamina to handle it. So like the one race we lose, they're like, oh, too soon. Like, come on, dude. One race away. 4 out of 5. So stupid. So stupid. Yeah, like I said, I was going to grind my gears. I warned you guys. Going to grind my gears. Of course, I'm not going back. I could have reloaded, but no, I just... Guess I should have done better. Oh, man. And these ratings haven't changed, really. Let's look. Ron Cosmos, Horse of the Year. We didn't get anything. Wow. They didn't give us anything. We did pretty darn well with Electric Arrow. We won the GWS Dirt. How he doesn't get Best Dirt Wild Charm from winning the Baltimore Derby? Are you kidding me? That horse wasn't even in any of the dirt races we ran in the last 6 months. Is that a joke? I hate this game sometimes. Oh my gosh. A whole lot of Ron Cosmos and no Toxic Waters or Electric Arrow or Twin Sun anywhere on the board. Unbelievable. I won 55% of my races. Are they on? Okay. Unfreaking believable. Like... Doesn't even make sense. It really doesn't. I'm going to run Frugal Lark and that's it. Last race of the video. Got to run with my girl. Get my mind off of this nonsense that's happening in Gallop Racer. Like, dude. No awards. Are you kidding me? That's so crazy. I think that's really crazy. I thought we had an exceptional year, really with all the boys, but especially Toxic and Electric Arrow. I didn't lose with them a whole lot. And they don't give us anything for any of them? And those other horses that they said were better, they only won like 1 or 2 important races. We smoked them. Or they just weren't even in the same races, the same quality of races as us. They were racing a lower competition. That's what I mean. The game's coding is so goofy, man. That's what I mean by trolling. I know the game is not alive and trolling me, but that's what it feels like, because that just doesn't even make sense. We've gotten titles for really doing less. I'm going to be honest. You know? You guys have heard me several years. I'm like, oh, I didn't think we would get that. Oh, I'm surprised. Like, that's happened. So... Like, in one of the years that I think we do our strongest in this game, we get no awards. Okay. Alright. Okay. Fair play. Challenge on for next year, then. Lady Miracle will be hitting the track. I'll be retiring 1 or 2, maybe all of them. I don't know, as far as the boys are concerned, but... yeah. This game on next year for sure, bro. Look at this. Frugal Lark is not even the best horse in the game, even though I think she should be a little bit higher than what sometimes she's rated, but still gonna finish 5th. 5th with Frugal Lark. I'm telling you guys, she was really a great filly and mare. She really was. Back in her time. We're supposed to finish 11th. We beat Cutting Crystal, Kramer's King, Sharp Liquor, local winner, Ron Cosmos. Horses, like, I know that horse is good. I'm not hating on Ron Cosmos. That horse did not win a better quality of races than we did. But that's just how the awarding goes. But 5th place with Frugal Lark. That's not bad, man. But certainly the game doesn't consider in the top of those horses for the most part, but I got myself 2 points. Oh man, what a really trollish way to end the year. Like I lose the one race and win the last one, and then they don't give us any awards. Like unbelievable. It really is goofy when you think about it. One Lady Miracle, 5-star toughness. Hopefully that translates to good power as well, right? 4-star potential, 3-star discipline. If she's not fighting me, I could care less. One Lady Miracle from Crimson Art and Frugal Arc. No hood for you. Shadow Roll, sure. I actually want to give her like blue. Yep. I'm actually just going to give her 2 bandages on the back legs. I'll keep that. It's like a mid-sock on the right front. And I kind of want to go with Art of Crimson's colors, if you guys remember that horse. I think his were... Was he white and blue or blue and white? He was blue and white. Go white and blue here for Lady Miracle. One Lady Miracle. But Frugal is also in there. Ooh, white. The white and yellow actually is kind of different. I don't think we've done that. You know what? Yeah, I'll do that. I like it. One Lady Miracle. All right. I'm going to do guts training as always. 1 time. And then I'm entrusting the rest. Entrusting the AI to take care of my baby. For me. For us. If you don't pay attention to the yellow, it just looks like she has 2 high socks on her back leg. Granted, I could have just probably given her white bandages all around, but it is what it is. The game didn't tick me off, man. All heck's gonna break loose next season. I mean that, though. I'll figure it out. If I gotta retire the boys and get new ones in there. Oh, too slow. Gosh, that tanked. That could have been an 80. That's going to be like a 70. Boo. I think we're going to done better. I didn't even really get a chance to look at her. I was really focusing, so that's kind of annoying. I'm sure she looked fantastic. From Crimson Art and Frugal Arc, I hope she should be so fun. She should be so fun, man. 2 of like my top 5 favorite horses to play as in the game at this point. That changes over time. Toxic Water's not doing well. 6 years old, but look at his stats. Like, I can run this guy till he's probably 8. I might. He's so fun to work with still. Electric Arrow, I think I'm okay with retiring sooner, even though I'm technically doing better with him. I feel like Toxic Waters is still built for better longevity because, again, he still has a great stamina and power rating. That's so important. So, gosh, but what do I do? I know, but me too, bud. Me too. I feel you, dude. I feel ya. I just feel like they stacked the deck against us in that 4th race for whatever reason. You know. We're feeling the same. I'm so glad to know. We're sharing each other's pain. Is that stunk, man? That really stunk. When do you have I was like, he's gonna have an impulse for anything that's not a grade 1. Do I start him back on the dirt campaign? Again, I don't even know what to do with him this year. Like, what do I do? There's none of these races can benefit him except for the dirt if I try to win him. The dirt. I tried last year, it was tough. Maybe I can try this year, like actually try. That's about it. That's the only thing I would want to do. Get him like a dirt champ title or something. You see, he doesn't have a great dirt rating anyways, but if he could win on the dirt, that'd be pretty sweet. I might really go hard with that. An Electric Arrow, I think I'll actually try the Turf Prince with, so at least we have a second chance at trying to get that out. When is the King Cup anyways? How far? Gosh, can he run 16 furlongs though? I just realized that. Well, certainly I have to try, don't I? If he doesn't win, he doesn't win. Yeah, I think I kind of want to save him for that race. What else am I going to run with him? He still doesn't have a sprint champ title. Now I think about it, right? I keep coming here. Wrong thing. Hour and a half episode. Wasn't expecting. Yeah, he needs sprint champs. So, actually, we're going to go ahead. That would actually be a lot easier to do instead of trying to grind Turf Prince. I'm so kind of over that title now. I really don't want to come back to it until I know. In fact, I may just dedicate one horse to that title. No, I'm kidding. I'll probably just try to be more mindful of those races and just remember what it means. All right, it's 2 a.m. and I still want to play, but this episode's been going on long enough. And not to mention my recording's been going on longer than usual. I like to make sure everything is good, so I don't like to just record for like 2 hours nonstop. That's usually when I end up having video or audio issues for whatever reason. So Twin Sun, I mean, I can't run you in anything in Europe, so like, only thing to do with him is going to be like grade 3s. So I'm not racing any of them until like March. Or Toxic Waters in February. Oh no, February. Okay, never mind. If I want to do breeding this year, I would have to retire somebody, and it's like, who? Twin Sun would probably make the most sense to retire, but I don't want to. Electric Arrow, I think we can still win with, and same with Toxic. You know, so it's like, I really don't think I should retire either of them. But gosh, they're all doing so well over, at the age of 5 and up. Well enough. I mean, Twin Sun hasn't won in a couple of races. He could be in that tough spot. If I retire anybody, it's him. Maybe I do. I don't want to retire him this early. I still feel like with his stats where they are, we could squeak out some grade 1s, but it's going to be a grind. And that power and stamina is not really helping. We got to keep that spot open. It's the only bad thing about this game. We're limited. I still feel like I could win with him, but again, like, the stamina and power rating did prevent as much more winning from happening. Got double-digit wins, only 6 grade 1s. That's like average of what horses that I'll have will do. Yeah, those ratings alone just are making it hard to win anything that's not obviously like a flat sprint. I did say I was going to try him with the dirt, didn't I? Did he win any dirt races? I want to keep a spot open for either a horse that pops up, maybe. Like if a really good broodmare pops up, or just maybe a colt I've always wanted to work with. Or if I decide to do breeding again this year, which I guess the only other pairing I would do, either another Social Brandy and Frugal Arc, or a pair of Cosmomet and Frugal Arc. Because you're limited with space in here, like I'm kind of getting out of the habit of just wanting to breed horses just to see, because like we now have really strong horses we can breed together for sure. I'm not feeling it of just breeding a combination. I don't think we'd get a bad horse from Frugal Arc and Paracosm, but then there's the Crimson Art and possible inbreeding down the line. Yet you know what? Gosh, I don't know what to do. But has he won on the dirt? Hey, well, that was a great 2 Nagano. Yeah, I actually don't know what his dirt winning potential is. He has a good dirt rating though. That's gosh, so it's such a tough decision. Like I said, Electric Arrow and Toxic Waters, until it's hard to win grade 1s with them, I'm not going to stop running them. I just don't want to. And it's fine. I mean, we're not in no rush. Social Brandy's proven great so far with Toxic Waters, So it's like I don't need to rush these guys back there yet. Social Brandy can still give us another Toxic Waters, and probably will. I mean, Crimson Art and Frugal Art could give us something of a Toxic Waters here. And no, this is Social Brandy and Suave Master. Sorry for One Lady Miracle. Yeah, Suave and Social. Social did have the yellow tack, though. I was thinking Crimson Art, but like, no, completely wrong pairing. Social Brandy and Suave Master. The other filly that was just born actually was Frugal Lark and Crimson Art. And then Social Brandy and Frugal Lark, that foal will be born in a couple of months. I had it all wrong, people. I had it all wrong. Forgive me, forgive me. The tack color actually still works, considering, because again, Social Brandy with his yellow. So yeah, I'm actually gonna keep her this way. She should be fun, man. She should be really fun. I can't really remember how Suave Master rides. I know I enjoyed working with her, but I can't remember her running type at all. So it'll kind of be interesting to see how she runs. But she looks strong, man. I'm uberly excited. Uberly excited. So, like I said, no rush to put this guy and this guy back there yet. Because they're still really strong at 6 years old, man. Like true studs. I'm so happy this guy turned out the way he did. From Social Brandy out of East to Pool. I mean, imagine that. I could breed them if I wanted to get another Toxic Waters. And be fine, you know? We're just getting stronger horses. Yeah, Twin, bro. I don't know what to do with you, man. Like, is it a waste to not try him on the dirt? Like, do I want to miss a year of breeding? I guess that's the real question, right? It's like, do you want to miss a year of breeding? So tough. I don't know. I guess I'll think about it. Maybe it's actually a good point to stop playing the game. You guys let me know what we should do, please. If you watch this all the way through. Do I hold on to Twin Sun and try to get him a Dirt Champ title? Or do I retire him now and then free up a space to do breeding? What should I do? I'm going to take a little bit of a break from playing this game, obviously. In the meantime, when these episodes get rolled out, by the time I come back, the videos would have been posted. You guys would have commented, and then I will obviously know what to do at that point. So, man, I'm really at an exciting point in this game. I kind of want to keep playing, but again, I think this is an important decision. Because, like, I don't know if missing out on breeding for 1 year will kind of halt a little bit of our plans. I don't think they will. Because we're getting good horses, and it's like, again, if I do breeding this year, it would probably just be Social Brandy and Frugal Lark again. So, yes, I could get another horse like that. I suppose that could be nice, but at the same time, this dude has no titles. Like, if I retired him now, you know what? I saved, right? Let me actually retire him and just see what his classification in eval would be. Yeah, let's actually do that right quick, and then I'll go ahead and get off. But because I don't know, maybe it would be worth retiring him now, and then we could actually do a breeding pair that would work. I would breed him with Frugal Lark. I mean, I know she's gonna be. I do have to be careful because now it's two studs. I don't want to obviously go too far across because then we'll have to really worry about inbreeding. But Toxic Waters and Frugal Lark, gosh, I mean, I think that makes sense, don't you? I mean, there's no inbreeding at all. It's just like, I mean, we're taking a horse from Social Brandy and East to Pool, and we're breeding that with Frugal Lark. Or do I wait for maybe one of the fillies? I mean, One Lady Miracle, she's... No, can't do that, same dad. Well, the Frugal Lark filly, ready for combat. Maybe, yeah, maybe she, because she's from Crimson Art. Maybe her and Toxic Water, so they end up being that strong together. But gosh, that's years down the line. I feel like we still need some really, really strong super horses now. This is a tough decision. I mean, again, if I breed Frugal Lark with, like, Twin Sun... Actually, no, that makes more... I mean... No, that isn't... That... No, not inbreeding. What am I thinking about? Mad Courage and Honeybee made twin son. So yeah, no inbreeding at all. So yeah, I mean, if we retire twin son, we could do him and Frugal Lark. We could basically get a better twin son. You know what I mean? Right now. Like, because Frugal Lark at least has B stamina and A power. A power is at least solid. So that should help elevate Twin Sun's stamina and power ratings. It should be doable. It's not going to be like out of this world, but that horse should be a lot stronger in those categories, which should mean that we could actually win a lot more sprint races, especially the GWS. Like, we have the speed now. We just need to like get the stamina and the power built up. And whatever the leg type is, I just probably hope it's not a closer again. But I am thinking about that. Twin Sun and Frugal Lark this year could actually be really good to get going. Like, I think we have the speed now. Mad Courage and Honeybee started it, and Honeybee's from Crimson Art and Scotch Dancer, I think. Yeah. So Crimson Art, I mean, this is actually a pretty good pedigree when you think about it. You got Crimson Art and Scotch Dancer, who gave birth to Honeybee. Honeybee and Mad Courage have produced Twin Sun, who is lightning fast. Great stats except for the stamina and the power. So, yeah, it's a family of horses that have lacked stats in really important categories sometimes, but the quality is there. Like, we've been able to win a lot with them. Or at least, you know, when I say a lot, I mean more than, I guess, maybe some other horses you race with. Win ratio 40 to 50%. Win half the time at least. And still just have overall success with the horse, maybe get some titles. Now, Twin Sun is just 6 grade 1s and no titles. That's it. So nothing flashy, but again, it's really about the stats for him. He's a better Mad Courage, so that's kind of the whole point. And like I said, Frugal Lark with A and B stamina and power, she should pull up his bad stats, hopefully. You know what I mean? Like, I hope they're a little bit more elevated. And again, that should put that horse in a much better spot to actually be a true GWS sprinting champion, and we can continue to further elevate that sprint line. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But again, I would kind of like your input, so let me know that. Comment section below. That is going to do it for today. Ready for combat, this little filly. She is 3-star toughness and 2 stars on everything else. Of course she's going to be tough. She's from Crimson Art. That's why her name is Ready for Comp. You guys think I'm making stuff up. This is why I said this would be the perfect name for her. I just knew she was going to be tough. I just felt it. She's from Crimson Art out of Frugal Lark. That is a tough racehorse you're going to get. I'm so excited for her. But appreciate you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this longer episode. I think we got a lot done. Really good time. Annoying about the Turf Prince for Toxic Waters, but he's still doing so well. And he's still going to be great for us in the future. So it is what it is. I'll shake it off. I'll get it whenever. Probably with the horse I'm not even trying to. Like, I'm not even going to think about it. But thank you guys so much for love and support. And until next time, Horse Racing Gamer signing out. I'll see you later. Good night. Goodbye.